This is a group of robbers. It's a collection of geniuses in every field of the world. The main purpose of the group is to rob. It's about proving your ability. They steal from the rich and pocket themselves. The leader of the group is a black guy named Cyrus. Not like a street thief, you're a mastermind. It means a brain. To organize extremely complex plans. It requires teamwork. Precision techniques and tactics. Today Cyrus, with his teammates at an auction. Works of art in Venice. The goal of the whole group was to steal the late artist's legendary painting. Van Gogh. Cyrus pretends to play a billionaire. Walk into the lobby to participate in the auction. Every visitor is given a golden mask. In case they want to hide their identities. But Cyrus doesn't. On the contrary, you want the people of the world. I know I'm in the room. Because Xerox knows he's being tracked by Interpol. Indeed, security forces have been monitoring your team for over a year, and are planning to catch the group. Plagiarism. Agent Abby was in charge of the Xerox operation. She and her partner watched the auction through surveillance video. Xerox not only does not hide, you're looking directly at the camera. Smiling full of challenges. You can be so confident. Because 5 members of the team have been ambushed from afar. Let the mission be done. The first one is Camila, who's been dubbed the speed driver. There's no vehicle that she can't drive. From splashing underwater to driving on the road. Even military planes don't make it hard for you. The next member must mention. Beautiful hacker girl from the land of K-pop, Miss Sun. He's called a computer genius. Is able to disguise and blend in as an insider. To extract information for the whole team. The mission will not be completed without the work of Misson. It would be wrong not to mention Magnus Golden Hand. Magnus guy. This is a little young. But he's a safe breaker. That would make it difficult for him to unlock. And finally, a genius graduated from Harvard. It's known for its ability to build precision machinery. Identical to the original, if you have enough time, even the car. It's also on the Interpol side. Abby and his associates are watching Gao because they know he's there. The zeros here are real. So when the presenter introduced a work by emerging artist N8. It's made up of 482 cameras. It's mounted around the mask. And all these cameras will create a digital picture. It's inspired by Van Gogh's paintings. Every 30 seconds, the entire camera changes the scene based on the surrounding environment. To mess with the police, Cyrus pretends to auction off the mask. With a price tag of $12 million, which surprised everyone. Agent Abby found out that Cyrus was falsely identified as John Bradley, a British artist who lived in the last century. Then R.A. Cyrus is secretly greeting Abby. Because you used to live at that British artist studio. It's more surprising than Cyrus and Abby have ever dated before. That's it, Cyrus, the same team who juggles. The price of the mask has risen to 20 million. As soon as the host finishes the auction. The giant number for you. Then zeros. And he motioned for Misson to stand there and shut off the entire electrical system. False alarm. It scared the entire audience in the hall. And run away in confusion. Magnus seizes the opportunity. By the time the staff left, he had succeeded. Sneak into the warehouse and unlock. Protective cage. Just take it. $10 million in a delicious way. Inside the chaotic hall. Misson pretended to be the organizer to come and escort. The owner of the mask is out. Zeros also played Theo to accompany the 2 people to the yacht. Interpol forces. You know the bad bandits. So send the soldiers down to request. Secure all exits. But Misson and Cyrus have been driving N8 to California for a long time. Camille's on a mission to get us all out of here. Magnus gets the picture and rolls it into a tube. Steel is installed positioning. By the time of invention, he threw it down the canal. Let the painting go to your teammates. When I ran out, I saw Cyrus group carrying Theo. N8. She quickly mobilized her partner. Send ships to follow. Cyrus sees the police canoe chasing. Not only not worry, on the contrary, he laughed contemptuously. Your team has been preparing for a long time. Misson used conditioning equipment. The remote activated the fire alarm system on the river. Soon enough, the lifeboat crashed into Abby's path. You see, you just run fast. And jump on a CA slave. To catch up with serious team. Camille noticed the urgency. And I'm going to jump through every corner. To cut off Abby's tail. She steered into the narrow underpasses. Abby didn't have time to react. I almost hit my head on the bridge. Right now, Misson also hacked into the defense system under the river. At the same time, Camille was leaping behind him. Abby doesn't know this trap. They also quickly follow. However, when they are about to arrive, the iron stopped you. That's Zeros. Successfully escaped from the pursuit of Interpol. Then you give N8 on a luxury yacht. And success takes trust from him. After a successful transaction of $20 million, group with N8 start eating and dancing. Without knowing that, Abby has issued an arrest warrant for them all over the world. In the surveillance room, Abby sat back and watched the video. And discovered a suspicious man. So you investigate. This man is suspected of involvement. To the bandits. Immediate artist information N. 8 kidnappers have appeared on the news. The Ceros group. To deliberately kidnap him to navigate public opinion, focus on the digital picture of N. 8 without paying attention to the real picture that was stolen a long time ago. This is actually the Gautier painting scheme that Cyrus came up with. This time on the boat. Cyrus doesn't go around saying his intentions. But I'm still wondering. So why does SAO Cyrus pay for fresh grain? Obviously you can eat shit. Hearing that, Misson explained the reason. Then they need to create legitimate transactions to ease money laundering. Moreover, they can resell his painting at the market. Black with high price. There's a perfectly reasonable reason why N8 can't escape admiration. It's thanks to the media that your digital picture is bald. Has gone from $20 million to $89 million, so this trip is very profitable. I heard that I was given a percentage. Also join the whole group. As they're toasting to celebrate the finale. Another member is in trouble. I didn't escape in time. Denton is questioned by the police and discovered his true identity. He's also a super thief who's done over 100 busts. He met Cyrus. I see you're on the same page, so the two become a team. But when Abby showed the photo of the two of them together, Denton immediately pretended not to know Cyrus. I can't find Denton guilty. It's related to Cyrus. So you just have to. Cho and Denton will be extradited to the United States. Based on what Denton's done so far, his sentence will range from 25 to life. While being interrogated, subordinates, to a box that the AI sent to Abby. Inside is a picture of you and your ex. It's Cyrus, and there's AI in here. Abby also looked pale. You know right away that you want to. Abby, go back to London. What the reason is, you still don't know. Abby quickly returned to Interpol headquarters in England. While discussing with subordinates, your boss asked to see Abby alone. With a very serious expression, RA wants Abby. Find Cero's team about to make a deal. Listen to that, Abby. No, because this means you and your gang will get away with it. A year of hunting would be meaningless. Abby's boss didn't give her a chance to say no. Because these are orders from high-level people in the organization. He started explaining why. So the person Interpol's tracking is La Jorgensen. On the surface, he's the owner of a private bank. He owns a lot of auctions. But inside the sound, silently funding terrorist groups and gangs. Criminals to make illicit money. Although he committed many crimes, but Johansson didn't show any loopholes. Interpol is helpless. I can't really arrest him. But they've secretly planted spies into his organization. That's how I caught Arthur. This guy hired Johansson a lot of jobs. He testified that Johansson, working with a group of hackers, to infiltrate the hydroelectric system and risk flooding a city. Then he'll short sell. Share that electricity and water and make billions of dollars. I don't know the time and place. But Interpol. The important news is the team. Hackers want to exchange cash for gold. In 17 days, they'll be secretly shipping the gold. That's from London to Zurich to make a deposit. Johansson takes advantage of legal loopholes. So he's legally allowed to transport gold. And his superiors want Abby to negotiate with the Ceros. Let's steal Johansson's gold plane. Of course Abby refused because she didn't trust Ceros. Because I thought I'd just scrape the gold and play cards. But Abby was powerless to speak. Forcing his boss's steal, so he was helpless. It doesn't take a lot of energy. She found Cyrus swimming in a building. I'm not surprised, before her sudden appearance. Abby was also very natural to enter his apartment. You two used to know each other in Paris. But at that time Abby, I don't know, Cyrus is the leader of a professional gang of thieves. That's why, when you find out that the person you love is the enemy, Abby has been hating you all year. There was no point in arguing, so Abby got straight to the point. She made an offer for Cero's team to help Interpol. Robbing the bank billionaire's gold will be mitigated. When Cyrus, it's shocking to find out you stole $500 million in gold. Although his team also earned pretty but the number. You had a concussion just now. And its owner is John. He's got ties to a terrorist organization, so that gold will be extremely protected. And he's grouped. Cyrus is on the untouchable list. Of course, Cyrus refused, not jumped in. No in advance the answer Ceros Crane. So Abby gave me the trump card that was Denton. If your team doesn't do this, Denton will die in court. In addition, other members have family. Don't you live forever? Now I have only one way to agree to the terms. Abby also has to directly participate in the campaign this time. Because they know Interpol's reputation. When in trouble, don't be afraid to leave your partner. Abby has 24 hours to respond. In front of you, the whole organization. And you all have to agree. However, when the whole group knew about it, they were very suspicious. This is a trap set up by Interpol to catch the group. Only Magnus seems to support Saros. Because he's interested in hard work. While the group was debating, Denton suddenly showed up. It means Interpol actually let him out and seriously wanted to cooperate. That's why the whole team is involved. Abby quickly disseminated some important information. The gold will be packed in a 1.2 m square barrel. And total weight up to 10 t. They'll first transport the gold by truck. From the Bank of Johansson. To the transfer station and get on a plane to Switzerland. They need to get the gold. Before it gets to the hackers. After hearing Popular, the whole group is upset that this is impossible. Cyrus shrugged off the group and said that anyway. If they don't, they'll be arrested by Interpol. I'd rather steal quickly and find a way out. If you're lucky, you can get a few tons of gold. They're not all warm. It's thousands of miles away in Northern Ireland. Arthur is being wronged by Johansson. He was tortured for telling Interpol. The billionaire's plan. The junior called the video to inform the boss about the incident. Arthur betrayed. Let this guy pray and say he's half done. But Jensen didn't let go and told his boys to get rid of Arthur. This side, Abby, I never saw Cyrus discuss any specific plan, it hurts the gut. But I've been thinking about it for a long time and I'm working on a plan. Cyrus didn't mean to steal the gold so blatantly. It's going to use a two-plane swapping scheme. So when the boss found out, they ran away. Reactions of the members. When you say I will, you're suspicious. Still only young Magnus. Bring some blood. I was excited to know they were going to hijack the plane. Cyrus explained that first. They have to get very close to the gold plane. And use the material of Misson. Just hack into it and change the radar signal between the two planes. After a long search, Misson. They also managed to get airline logs. They finally secured Tay's plane. Tech billionaire, who won the auction with Cyrus in Venice. At first he 0D. I am still angry about the Saros case. But you said you'd ask Anne. 8 make him a different device. This guy pretends, it's hot, but it's so good. And agreed to let Saros's team rent an expensive plane. 02 made by Naka herself. After borrowing the plane, he drove back to the bridge base. Interpol then dissected parts of it. This time they need to make a stealthy airplane. That means disabling your opponent's radar. They don't recognize their presence in the air. So the whole team started to do some calculations to improve the fuselage. Camilla will play the most important role. When you have to balance. Just had to fly right underneath George Jensen's plane. Even though I've trained many times on the simulator. But it's harder than you think.